Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Investing Explained. Here's today's question. We've talked about journaling, and I know it made a big impact on your life. How is that?
In terms of if I had to attribute one thing to whatever successes that I've had, it would be journaling. And the reason is because I believe in the quote, "The unexamined life is not worth living." I believe that. And the best way that I know of to examine your life and to become a student of your own life is to write about it, because writing is thinking. And I think it's become an even more powerful tool now because it enables you to separate yourself. So I mentioned earlier about you only want to compare yourself to yourself, and your journal is your best tool for doing that. So yeah, I've been doing it for 15 to almost 20 years now. And it's so cool to be able to look back and see my growth, because I cringe. When I was 24, some of the stuff that I wrote in my journal is cringe-worthy. But without all of those mistakes and without examining them closely, there's no way that I would be where I am today. If I give a talk, there are 3 things that I recommend. Number 1 is to keep a journal. Number 2 is to read more books. And number 3 is to become a goal setter. That's old-fashioned advice, and it sounds basic and fundamental. Those things are easy to do, but easy not to do. People are not doing them. As we become immersed in all the technology that we have, people are so easily distracted. And so what journaling enables you to do is to shut the world out and to focus and to think. And all of that will improve if you have a regular journaling practice.
And so in that journaling practice, are you writing specific things? Or are you just writing what's on your mind? Or do you maybe do goal setting, to-do lists? What does that look like?
It looks like all of the above. One of the most important things that I've done is written down the names of who I've met. And I always underline their names, because Dale Carnegie said in the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, that a person's name is the sweetest sound in the English language, at least to them, right? So relationships are everything. And relationships, the value of them compound over time. And if you want to build relationship, not only write their name in your journal, but write a note to them. You can always find a reason to thank someone. So part of my December 31st goals every year was to send out X amount of thank you notes. And the reason that I did that, it breeds happiness for one, just expressing gratitude. It builds relationships. It helps with discipline. People don't throw away personal notes. Just about everybody I know opens their mail over the garbage can. When you see a handwritten note, that is not one that you throw in the garbage can. It always gets read. And it's more powerful than it's ever been because electronic mail is so easy, right? An email is such an easy thing to do. And so if 99% of people are sending thank you notes via email, I want to be the one to do it the old-fashioned way. If 99% of people who are going to the gym aren't doing legs, they're skipping leg day every other week, I'm going to be the one to do leg day. So it's just figuring out a way to do things that other people aren't willing to do, not because you're competing with them, but because you're competing with yourself. So you've got to figure out a way to get better than the old version of you.
Yeah, I recently started probably about 6 months ago journaling, and it takes a similar form to what you said. I talk about to-do lists every single day. I write down my 3 goals, then I write down my to-do list for the day. And then at the end of the day, I write about things I learned, the physical activity I did, things I struggled with, and then also just an open area where I can write a little bit. I take 5 to 10 minutes to write down just my random thoughts throughout the day. And for me, that's made a really big impact. It's only been for 6 months, but it's made a huge impact already. And I like going back and being able to look at those and seeing the growth and seeing how my goals have changed and just reading how things have changed throughout just that 6 months.
That's awesome. A lot of the benefits from journaling you may not discover for 17 years from now. I had no idea why I was compiling these quotes that I might be able to use them to someone else's benefit someday. I had sort of in the back of my head, I thought, well, I'll pass this down to my heirs. And so my kids and my grandkids will benefit from some of the quotes and stuff that I've written in here. But never in my wildest dream did I ever think that I would be writing online and be able to share quotes that some people have said, this has really positively impacted my life. Thank you for sharing. So journaling is amazing, man. I could go on and on.
That's all for this episode of Real Estate Investing Explained. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, or subscribe to our YouTube channel to get even more free content.